Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
Done from my side.
Yeah. What about that too?
Done more.
Done, right? Susan?
Yeah, my side too.
Yeah. Okay. So uh, now let's do for that is using SQL module. Okay. Okay. So I can write from sklearn dot cluster import k means. Okay. All right. So let's say data dot head something like this. So now I'm just going to build the model, that is k means is equal to k mean n underscore clusters is equal to 3, and then I'm just writing k means dot fit of data. That's it. Okay, k means dot fit of data, because we don't have label at all, right? So only one particular data. Okay, and then we are getting the labels, that is k means dot predict of data. Okay, so now if you just print the labels, you can see the data points which are assigned to this particular cluster. That is, for example, if I just execute this, so let's say print data dot values. Okay, these are the values actually, right? And then I can just write the labels, print labels. Okay, that is, I can just concatenate these two things actually. That is, for example, if I just reshape it, okay, let's say I'm just reshaping like labels is equal to labels dot reshape of len of labels comma 1. So now if I print labels, you have something like this. Okay, then I can just concatenate these two. That is, I can say clustered data, okay, clustered data is equal to np dot concatenate, and then I can just provide data comma labels, and then I can say axis is equal to 1. Now let me just print the clustered data. So you can see, so 1239 belongs to cluster 1, 2036 belongs to cluster 1, like that. So here also the cluster starts with 0. That is, if you say cluster that is k is equal to 3, it will be like it will be starting with 0 basically, like 0 then 1 then 2, like that. Okay, so now you can see 1213 belongs to cluster 1, 2036 belongs to cluster 1, 2830 belongs to cluster 1, like that. Okay, and goes on like this. And if I want to know the centroids, like what is the last centroids in this case, okay, k means dot cluster underscore centers underscore. So now if I print the centroids, you can see the output like this. That is, this is the centroid for cluster 0, This is a centroid for cluster 1 and this is centroid for cluster 2. So now if you see our centroid, let's see here, this is cluster 1, that is 62, 15, 50, 63, 23, 44. That is, it is in the same order but in the different indexes basically, like 50, 63. Okay, we have some centroid with 50, 63, and then we have something like 62, 15, 23, 44. Okay, similarly we have 62, 15, 23, 44. Okay, so it has undergone various iterations implicitly. Okay, it has undergone, whenever you say fit right, it has undergone various iterations implicitly in order to assign the particular cluster to the particular data point. Now if I want to plot it, okay, if I want to plot it, let's see. Okay, plot, I can say figure is equal to plt dot figure. I can say fixed size is equal to 8,5. Okay, and then now CMAP, we know, right? What is a CMAP value? Let me just take it up. Okay, let me just take it up, like print CMAP. So 0 is red, 1 is green, 2 is blue, right? So don't want to change it actually. Okay, and then similarly I can say plt dot scatter of df of x, okay, comma df of y. Okay, and then I can just say color is equal to colors. So for example, see here we need to assign the color basically. That is, in our example what we did. Okay, see, let me just write alpha is equal to 0.5 like this. Okay, now you can see something like this. So now let's plot the centroid, then we will assign the color. Okay, now this is like plot the data points. Okay, then we will plot the centroid now. So I can say for, okay, so here it is in numpy array basically, right? It's in numpy array. So it is not in the dictionary format. So here we don't have the index at all. So for this particular case, right, what we can do over here, I can assign the index for each and every data point. Okay, I can assign the index. How can I assign the index? See here, I can say print, there is something called enumerate. Okay, I can say enumerate of centroids. So now you can see 0 has been assigned. Okay, let me say list of, okay. Okay, let me say 0 is first one, 1 is second one, okay, 2 is third one. So we can assign the index manually. That is, for example, if I just loop through like for data in, okay, enumerate of centroids, I can just print the data like this. So now you can see something like this. So if I want to separate it, so I can say index comma data, I can just print like this, index and then data, something like this. Now you can see index 0 is this, index 1 is this, and then index 2 is this. Okay, so now what we can do, I can write simply like for index comma data in enumerate of, okay, enumerate of centroids. Why do we need an index? Because we have the color map. That is, if it is 0, it should be red. If it is 1, it should be green. If it is 2, it should be blue. We have to assign the colors, right? So for that we need like plt dot scatter. I can say star centroid, sorry, star data, comma color is equal to cmap of idx, comma s is equal to 100. So now you can see red, green, and then blue, something like this. Okay, now what we can do over here, we can assign the colors. Okay, because here if you see, I have so many things over here now. Cluster data, if you see cluster data, I have so many things over here. So depends on this particular labels, I have to assign the color to them. So what is 1? Green. So I have to assign green to it. What is 0? It's red. I have to assign red to it. What is 2? It is blue. So I have to assign blue to it. Okay. So here I have df of x and then df of y. That's what we have it over here, right? Sorry, data of x. Sorry, I have to write data of x. Data of x and then data of y. What happened? What is the mistake here? Hmm. What is the error I'm getting? Only integers, slices, ellipses. Oh, okay, okay, okay. It is in string, I think. No, it is integers only. What is the problem with this now? Okay, it is changed actually. That is the reason. What is the problem with this? df df. Let me just give df again. Expected 2D array and then df df and then labels and then again df. Yeah, now it will not be any problem because it is overridden. Okay, that is the problem. Okay, yeah, now you can see the output. So now what we can do, we need to assign the colors. So I can just say colors is equal to, okay, colors is equal to, I can say color is equal to list of map of, I can write lambda x, okay, c map of x comma labels. So what will happen here? What will happen here? What is labels actually? That is, I have something like 2, 2, and then 2 like that. Okay, so it will be sent. That is, each and every element from that, it will be sent to this as a parameter. Okay, and then it will be just modified. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, so I can write labels dot ravel. Yes. Okay, that is, I'm just converting into one-dimensional array again, and then I'm pausing. See, what will happen here is, let me explain it clearly so that you'll be understanding that. Okay, let me just write it on the top. Okay, so what is this labels dot ravel? That is, this will be converted to single dimensional, right? So you will be having something like this basically, like, right? That is print labels dot ravel, something like this. Okay, so I'll be having some values like this. Now each and every element from this particular labels will be sent as the parameter to this particular lambda reference. So it will be, there is the same function will be executed. Okay, let's say get color, okay, is equal to lambda x colon cmap of x, something like this. I will write on the top. Okay, so over here I'm just writing get color. Instead of writing this lambda expression over here, I'm just writing it like this. So now what will happen? Now this will be called like get color of 2. That is, it will be called like this, get color of 2, get color of 2 again. That is, for each and every parameter, this function will be called. Now what will happen in this case? Whenever I say get color of 2, what will be the output, guys? What will be the output whenever I say get color of 2? It will be, what is CMap of 2? Blue. Blue, right? So I'll be getting the output as blue actually, that is B. Okay, So now if I print these colors, I will be getting something like this. For 2, it is B. For 2, it is B. For 0, it is red. For 1, it is G. Okay, so for all the data points, I have all the colors now. So now instead of saying color is equal to black, I can say color is equal to colors. So now you can see the color will be assigned. So guys, clear with this?
Yes.
Guys, you have any doubts? Okay,
Yes, it is.
so yeah, so please take it down. Let me just copy it over here.
I say
One
2.
doubt. One
Yes,
doubt.
yes,
No.
yes.
When you do the k-means.pit, right? So will it accept any kind of data, or is it should be a 2D array, or if I have
It should
more?
be minimum 2D array. It should be
Minimum
it
2D
should be minimum 2D array. Yeah.
Okay.
It will not accept one-dimensional array. Because so far I have tried with respect to machine learning models, I have tried with 2D array only. Okay, so if you give one-dimensional array, right, it will not give output. It will give you error actually.
Minimum 2D array and maximum it can keep on growing.
Yes. Okay. That's why we are doing reshaping. Like whenever we have single dimensional array, right? We are reshaping.
Reshape and length of
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, everyone is clear with this? Okay. So next one, let's see association rule. Okay. So let's write. So for this, no sklearn module is available. Okay. So like no model from sklearn this thing. So you have to install some other module basically. Okay. So first let me explain this. What is the use of this, and then we will see. Okay. Let me open Excel sheet. I think let me just share my screen. Okay. Now consider. Okay. So there is a supermarket. Okay. So whatever it is, DMart or whatever it is, Walmart or DMart or something like that. Okay. So say customer 1 is going to that supermarket and he is buying bread and butter and then chips. Okay. And customer 2 is going to that and then he is buying bread, chips and then jam. And customer 3 is buying bread, milk, okay, chips and then milk, something like this. Okay. So customer 1 is buying bread, butter and chips. Customer 2 is going to buy bread, chips and jam, and customer 3 bread, chips and milk. These are the three transactions that has been carried out. Okay, now to increase in the sales, okay, the supermarket owner wants to analyze the transactions. Now he is figuring it out. Okay, whenever the customer is buying bread, they are also buying chips. Okay, they're also buying chips. So consider these two are in two different sections. This is in something like bakery section, and this is something like snack section in the supermarket. So both are bit far. Okay. Now after analyzing these transactions, he is coming to know that like those who have brought bread, they have also bought chips. So now what he will do is he will just place chips near to bread. Okay, so that he see it's a bad combination only. I can understand. So I will write wine. That's a best combination. Okay, let's write like this. Okay, so these are all some different section, the drink section, and this is something like snack section. So now he can brought closer these two sections actually, so that those who don't idea in getting the chips. Okay, so there is those who want to buy wine. Okay, so consider they don't have idea at all in buying the chips. So after seeing that, they might buy. Okay, the one which we have discussed with respect to Amazon, the recommendations. Okay, so that is, I want to buy Western Digital hard disk. Okay, 2 TB is available now nowadays. Okay, okay, so I want to buy only this particular hard disk. I don't have any idea about other products. Okay, so if I just click on this, and if I go to frequently brought together section, I'm seeing one pouch, hard disk pouch. Okay, so I didn't have idea at all in buying this particular pouch for this particular hard disk, but after seeing this recommendation, okay, so I might think twice, right, whether it is required or not. So basically it is required because we need to safeguard this particular product. Okay, so we are spending 5,498 rupees, and more than that this will be having the data, so our memories. So we have to safeguard this particular hard disk also. Okay, so for that, if we have pouch, that will be great. Then I will just select this button, add both to cart. Okay, so by having this particular feature, okay, they are increasing in sales. Okay, so the more products are getting sold, right? More products are getting sold in Amazon. So whatever product that you choose, this will be there. This frequently brought together will be there. Okay, for example, consider I want to buy something mouse. Okay, which is something like car shaped mouse. Okay, let's try it over here now. All right, let's see. Okay, there is nothing. That means there is very less number of customers have brought this. Okay, there are very less number of customers are brought this actually, but this looks too good, right? This looks too good. This mouse looks too good actually. So, and for example, if I say something like OnePlus, I think we have seen this, right? OnePlus 8. So if I just click this, I'll be getting some recommendations down. Okay, that is crystal clear. OnePlus 8 back cover case. So this is being implemented using association rule. Okay, so we have 3 different parameters you have to keep in mind. Okay, we have to keep in mind with respect to this, there are 3 different parameters. Okay, let's say doc, something like that. First one is support. What do you mean by support? That is, you have to remember support, confidence, and then list. Lift, sorry, not list, it's a lift. Okay, support, confidence, and then lift. These 3 are very important parameters. So based on this only, we will be retrieving the products. Okay, like we are retrieving some suggestions, right, based on these 3 parameters only. So what do you mean by support? Okay, support is nothing but, okay, so support of the item X, let's say, is nothing but the ratio of the number of transactions, okay, in which the item X appears to the total number of transactions. Okay, for example, consider I have some data like this. Okay, I have some data like this. Let's say this is a transaction ID. Let's say this is a transaction ID, and then I have wine, chips, and then bread, and then milk. Okay, like this. So now let's say some different transactions like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then wine I have 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay, and then chips I have 1, 0, 0, and then 1, 1, 1, and then bread I have like 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, and then milk I have like 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, something like this. Okay, so the thing is, for example, if I want to find the support of wine, okay, what is the support of wine, guys? From the definition that we have got, like wine appears in how many transactions? How many transactions? Basically, 4 transactions, right? So 4 by 6. Out of 6 transactions, in 4 transactions, this wine has been purchased. So support of wine will be 0.66667. Okay, so out of these 6 transactions, wine has been purchased 4 times. That is nothing but support. So support of chips will be again 4. Support of bread will be again 4. Support of milk is more, 5 by 6. Support of milk is more actually, 5 by 6. So basically support is nothing but, support of the item X is nothing but the ratio of the number of transactions in which the item X appears to the total number of transactions. Okay, so guys, clear with this?
Yes.
So guys, clear with this? Okay.
Yes.
So now next is confidence. Okay, so confidence is nothing but we have to relate 2 different products. Okay, we have to relate the combination of products over here. That is, I can write confidence of X implies Y. Okay, that means it signifies, okay, the likelihood of the item Y being purchased. The combination, that is the probability of item Y being purchased when the item X is purchased. Okay, all right. So for example, consider over here. Now I want to find confidence of wine, chips, and then bread. Okay, confidence of wine, chips, and then bread actually. That is, X can be any number of products. Okay, it can be like wine, chips, bread, and then milk also. That is, whenever you are going to buy wine, chips, what is the possibility, that is, what is the likelihood of being purchasing the bread? That is nothing but confidence. Okay, so now if I write confidence of, okay, I can write wine comma chips, okay, and then I can write bread. That is it's like whenever you buy, okay, whenever you buy wine and chips, what is the confidence that you will buy bread as well? Okay, what is the confidence that you will buy bread as well? So in that particular case, what we can do, so when you have brought wine, chips, bread, basically that is here and then here. So the formula is support of, okay, support of wine, chips, bread divided by support of wine, chips. This is the formula for that. Okay, this is the formula for that actually. All right, for confidence, that is for this particular problem. So support of WCB, when you are getting all 3 items together here and then here, out of 6 transactions, you have purchased 2 times. That is, I can write 2 by 6.
To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan and grow your skills immensely.
that is nothing but support of wine chips and bread, and divided by, okay, support of wine chips. Whenever you have when you have brought together like wine chips, 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, so 3/6. So this is the answer for that. So this is the confidence. So 0.6 is the confidence. So 2/6 divided by 3/6 actually. All right. So that's nothing but confidence basically. So understood with confidence now? Guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So next one, what we have to do is, okay, so I can write the lift. So when you will lift some item, when you will lift some items, when you have some interest. See, confident is different, lift is different. So confident is nothing but it depends on the product or depends on the customer or depend, that is, this is for this owner basically. So he is confident that whenever this particular purchase, sorry, this particular item is purchased, okay, he will purchase definitely this particular item. That is nothing but confidence. But lift is nothing but it's totally depends on the customer. Okay, lift is nothing but it's totally depends on the customer. Like whenever you buy wine, definitely you will be having interest in buying the chips because those two are good combinations, right? So you will be interesting in some other product. Okay, you'll be having some interest in some other product, depends on some product you purchased. So that is nothing but lift. Okay, so I can say lift of x to y, okay, is nothing but, okay, is nothing but, okay, the interestingness, okay, the interestingness or the likelihood of the item y being purchased, okay, when the item x is sold, when the item x is sold. That's nothing but lift actually. Okay, so over here what we have to do is, okay, over here what we have to do is I can just write, okay, I can just write just a second. Okay, so that is, if I want to find the same thing, I can say lift of, okay, I can write something like wine comma chips, and then I can write something like bread. Okay, the formula will be support of wine chips bread, okay, divided by support of wine, okay, support of wine into support of chips. Oh, copyright symbol. Okay, okay, support of wine into support of chips actually. So over here what we can do is I can just write, so what is wine chips and bread? 2/6, right? That is 2/6, okay, divided by, I can just write something like this into this, right? Something like this I can write. So now I can just say what is support of wine? 4/6, right? 4/6. And then what is support of chips? That is also 4/6, right? Yeah, that is also 4/6 actually. So now if
Is
you
it two
just
by
do
six
this,
or 3/6?
2 by 6 actually. The wine chip spread.
Yeah. Okay.
2 by 6. Okay, so I have to say equal to symbol. So now you can see lift is 0.75%. Okay, lift is 0.75%. So these parameters we have to provide whenever we define the rule. Okay, these parameters we should provide whenever we define the particular rule actually. Okay, like minimum support should be 0.5, minimum confidence should be this, minimum lift should be this. Okay, so we need to provide it. So based on that, we will be getting the rated products actually. That's clear? Guys, any doubts in this?
Clear.
Just
Yeah,
one
right.
quick question there.
Yeah.
We have support, we have seen in the classification report as well. And we are talking about support field here also in the association, but both definition varies, isn't it?
Yes, both definition varies, yes.
Okay.
See, there also it is like the number of occurrences only, right? But here we have the ratio.
Ratio, yeah.
There we don't have the ratio. That is the difference. Okay, so support with respect to association is different. Okay, so support here it's like how many, like what is the possibility of purchasing the wine like that? Like out of transactions, that is out of this much transactions, what is the possibility of purchasing the wine like that? Okay, so definition varies. Yes, you are right.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have the ratio, but over there we don't have. That's it. That's a difference. Got it? So guys, any doubts in this? So far clear, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take a break now, and then we will see the implementation after the lunch. Okay, so we'll be back at 2:10. All right. 2:10.
Sure.
Okay.
Please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan, and grow your skills immensely.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.